What's up, everybody? Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuned into the illest podcast around, Black Ramen Podcast. Yeah, I wanted to say that.
You sounded
Big
really
myself
smooth
up.
jazz today.
I know, right?
That's called
You're
a
tuning into
hangover.
Black Ramen
That's what's happening.
101.5.
Hey, listen, if that ever happens and we have our own radio station, a radio segment, man, I'm Billy D, Mrs. Billy D Williams all day long. Son. Derby, get out the way. But
Good luck taking me. If there's one thing I was given in life, it was a voice for radio.
Well, I can't believe you said that. But so, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Chatty Patty, aka Madam Straw Hat, aka Smooth Operator, aka this is my pirate ship, aka I have that thing with me now and always, and it's called the Buster Call, and I have with me.
Hey, this is Sleepy Bree. Always sleepy, always Bree, always ready for tea at all moments. In fact, I could use a cup now. But I keep it simple, not too many AKAs. I'm just chilling on this ship in the back.
With an orange, writing notes.
Orange.
Gotta avoid scurvy. It makes sense.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? This is Derby, aka Sexual Chocolate, aka the man who's after Morgan Freeman's job one day. I want it. I will play the voice of God. I don't know on what yet, but I'll take it. Alright? Holla at me, Mr. Freeman.
I love that. He was a great God. He was a great God.
Oh, it was the only voice of God I will accept. If a bush starts burning in front of me, I'm just saying, if it don't sound right,
I don't know. You don't sound like Morgan Freeman. I don't really believe you.
That's true. Unless God actually looks like the God in Jobless Reincarnation, I accept him too.
Nah, I still need a voice.
Okay, I get it.
I need it.
All right.
If you don't have a
He
booming
said I
voice,
need
I'm sorry. How do you expect me to respect you and be scared?
Call me when you want.
You can't show up like Pika's voice in fucking One Piece. Like, I'm sorry. I'm gonna be just like them. I'm gonna laugh my ass off.
Okay, so in our old age, we're all scattered and can't figure out what we're talking about. So let me just bring us all around, rope us in. Today, if you probably saw the title of this podcast episode, you'll know we are talking about being old as hell. I'm going to put an asterisk by that because we haven't even hit quarter life crisis yet, but technically old as hell in nerd terms. So we are nerds. We done been nerds for a minute. We all have over a decade of experience in this lifestyle. And it's weird.
Just real quick, the fact that you think we haven't hit quarter life crisis yet. I'm 29. I passed the quarter.
It's been a long time since I took a math class, so after I said it, I was like, actually, no, we're a bit older than that. We're around quarter life crisis.
Based on the stats for black men, I'm at like a third, if not half.
That is true.
Okay, 33.3 repeating life crisis. I don't do math. I'm old. I haven't done that kind of math since high school.
It's fair.
Okay. Fair. That's fair.
So I realized the other day I've got like almost a 10-year reunion coming up. Not 10-year, but
They still do those things?
yeah.
I think so.
And now that I'm in California, I am like maybe a 10-minute drive away from my high school, and I don't like it.
Wait, so you're not going to go to your reunion?
Are you going?
No, because instead of talking to people in high school, I was watching anime like a proper nerd. I don't know
That's
them.
fair. That makes sense.
Good segue.
Yeah.
Good segue.
Maybe for my
That's
10-year
perfect.
reunion, I'll go through my past, find all the anime and fanfics I was reading 10 years ago, and I'll reread those. That's a good reunion.
I love that.
All right,
Record that for me, please.
So one of the things that brought us to this topic is the fact that Shaman King is on a reboot. And the fact that all three of us were around when Shaman King was around for the first time on TV. So it just feels like the generations are coming up and they're catching up to us. And hence how we got to this topic. On a side note, I haven't even started Shaman King yet because it's on Netflix, which is a new thing that happened from when I started anime as well, where you could just get anime on demand and it's not in 3 parts in different languages. So life is good now. Good job, guys.
Nah, it's still on jail. Netflix do better.
And you guys
Netflix
realize
do better.
that people can binge anime now. Online, on TV, on computers, on phones, on smart tablets. But when we were like already deep anime fans,
Bree, you have to
you
say
couldn't
it
use
right.
the phone
Bree.
and the computer at the same time.
Bree, you have to say back in my day.
Back in my day,
That's right.
I had to ask my grandma to get off the phone, or else I'd hear that evil dee 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 tone.
Oh.
First of all, don't disrespect dial-up. Dial-up was successful.
Dial-up
Was the
trash.
key.
Don't-
Dial-up knew it was for now, but
No,
when you
dial-up
heard
was
that
garbage.
sound, when you heard that sound, understand your connection at that time was priceless. You were about to embark in a world that you know darn well that you are not going to sleep anytime soon. So, shout out to AOL.
Yeah, well.
Oh God, and even when things moved forward, I remember, like back maybe in elementary school and middle school, I would wake up 2 hours earlier than anyone in the house, because we had one computer in the house, and whoever got it for the day got it. So I'd have to outrun everyone to get to it so I can have that internet connection. And watch my 3-part Sailor Moon episodes. On YouTube, yes. And that's just crazy to me now that I have 3 different screens always on at any time. I got my laptop, I got my tablet, I got my phone running. Hell, make that 4 or 5 screens, because I got a PS2 and a Fire Stick. PS4.
I was like, wait, how'd you do that?
Yeah, right? That
On the
was crazy
PS2?
impressive.
Impressive.
Let me tell you something. Ladies and gentlemen, this may sound like a flex, but we took a lot to get here. The fact that we are able to use all these devices all at once, we deserve it. You don't know what the hell we had to go through. You do not know what paradise was for us. This right here, when I tell you I'm on the train, reading my manga, watching the next episode, sometimes it brings a tear to my eye. Because I was never allowed to do this. We didn't have access to this. We have access to numerous titles. We have streaming services with titles that you can choose from and just randomly watch and binge. The fact that you could binge. Do you remember when episodes came out once a week and it would be an event, and if you missed it, you just missed it?
Patty, I remember recording like Inuyasha episodes while I slept. So I could watch it in the morning before school. And I'm like, ooh, if I'm up at like midnight, my mom's gonna flip. But I got the TV with the VCR in it. Click, click.
There you go.
Record. Exactly. Every morning, just woke up on time.
And the anime section at Blockbuster that only had like 3 shelves worth of stuff all mixed together in alphabetical order.
But it was God sent. You felt that song where the angels sing when you were in that aisle after you picked the popcorn that you wanted to pick to go home with. And then you're like, Daddy, can I watch this later? Please? This is all right. You can take it. You can take it. What?
Yep.
Yeah, we came a long way. A long way. A lot of things that Gen Zers will not notice.
You
but
lucky young bloods.
You are so lucky. You are so lucky. And this is what I'm planning to do with the rest of my life. They messed up. Technology messed up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. If you haven't seen it, I've lost a lot of melanin because I stayed inside.
Yeah, when they told me,
as you should.
When the pandemic started and they were like, yo, Debbie, stay your ass inside. I was like, yo, easy.
What? Hell yeah.
Easy.
Like, who crying? Let's go. Let's go.
Right. People are like, yo, people want to go outside. Nah, man.
No. Thank you, Uber Eats.
Right? Have you seen my fucking backlog? No, I have so much to watch. I finally was able to watch Monster because of the pandemic. I got time for 74 episodes straight. No problem. I'm
Monster's
home.
good. Monster's really good. But
yeah, but you know, it's not all daisies. Because the thing is, we are relatively old, just statistically. We're not actually old fans yet. Because my dream is to still be like 60, 70-year-old woman cosplaying at an anime convention. Like that's life goals. But as we are right now, how many times have you guys gotten the name of this episode pretty much? Are you still watching that cartoon stuff? You like cartoons? What is that? What is that? Because my goodness gracious. Within the community, it's fine. A lot of my friends are anime heads. But, a lot of them aren't. Okay, not a lot. I have more anime friends than not anime friends. But outside of the anime I have, I can't talk about this stuff because immediately if someone says, "Hey, what are you watching?" I gotta kind of shove like, "Oh, it's a show about you know, a ninja, really cool, but it's a ninja with kind of superpowers, and he can like throw fireballs and stuff. It's pretty neat." "Oh, really? Who's acting in it?" Voice acting? Oh, it's a cartoon.
Sounds like those are friends you don't need anymore.
You know,
Right, not
Yeah, the
just
only
friends,
people-
but family too. Especially black family.
True. Well, you can't get rid of family, so
You
that's
can't
why
get
I
rid of
said
family.
friends. Well,
That's
I mean,
not
you
what Netflix
can, but
says.
that's not advice. Black Ramen does not endorse you getting rid of your family. Unless they're toxic, in which case, I don't know. I think there's a way to do it through the courts or something, but I'm not a lawyer
with a
either,
shovel.
so. Ha. I'm sorry, did you say a shuffle?
What? No. Nope.
Okay.
Me, not. But no, have you guys had those times where you're just sitting there
But of course.
watching your own thing, and then someone will come up and just start judging you for
Oh,
it
of course.
because you were too old?
Yeah, my parents still definitely do it, and they constantly say, "Hey, Derry, you need to start saving your money and stop wasting your time watching all these fucking cartoons and wasting your life away." I'm like, yeah, I plan on doing this forever. No. When are you gonna grow up? It's time for you to be an adult. No. This is my life. This has been my life since about 12. It's not
Accept
changing.
The funny thing about it for me is that I realized that at first I was always ashamed growing up. I never told people, but now that I'm in the age that I am, the reason I feel like this topic is so important because a couple of weeks ago I had a coworker of mine who has a child who is into Attack on Titan. So then she remembered that I told her that I had an anime podcast. She was like, "Oh, my son," emphasis on the word son. "My son watches anime." And I'm like, "Yeah, thanks." So, and then she's like, "Oh, the last chapter of Attack on Titan came out. He's dying for the latest book. He wants to read it." I said, foolish woman. If he's not reading it online, miss, he will not get the final chapter. So, but I remember telling her the story about what happened to me on my birthday when I met a nice anime, one of our followers on Sephora, and I was telling her the story, and I was like, I was in Sephora, and this girl asked me if I watch anime because she saw my pin, and she just cut me off. She said, "Oh, were you embarrassed?" No, that's not the point of the story, Karen. Let me finish the story. I was not embarrassed. She asked me if I watch anime because she watches anime too. Ha! I was just like, "Oh, okay." So you get the looks, you get the like, oh, because they still in their mind find it to be something that's more childish than anything. And it's fine. Little does she know that her son is reading stuff that's not of his age bracket, which is okay, because I'm not going to tell her.
I'm not gonna tell her that he's watching shit like GTO. Like that's not for children.
That's definitely not for children. I'm not going to tell him that. I'm not going to tell her that. The fact that she comes to work and says, "Oh, I didn't sleep well because my son wanted to sleep with me last night because he just couldn't go to sleep." I said,
Wonder why?
I wonder why.
That dude saw somebody get decapitated and something.
Listen, if he's reading the part where the baby's being tossed back from the cliffs, I don't. If I'm Attack on Titan, listen, understand he ain't gonna sleep by himself for a minute, and I'm okay with that.
Fuck that baby.
Fuck
Right,
him
but
too.
you know, when we were young anime fans, adults' ignorance was the best thing. They saw a cartoon, okay, whatever. They ignore it, keep walking. Well, you're watching all kinds of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You're watching blood, gore, and bone fly. You're watching some stuff jiggling. Like, you're into it, and no one blinks.
Good old jiggle.
And it was really convenient back in the day. You know, I'm using all those old-timey terms. On my lawn, whippersnappers. It was really convenient, but now, as it's older, it's just kind of annoying. It's like, this stuff has merit, and why can't we just enjoy things we like? Why it's always got to be judged a little? Why would people say, "Oh, it's so cringy"? Like, I've seen a lot of like Lolita fashion girls, not lollies in anime, but girls who like dress in the lolly fashion, looking mad cute, great stuff. But their comment sections are filled with, "Ooh, you're kind of old for that. What are you wearing?" So if you're young, it's cute, but as you get older, it's like you're not supposed to look like that. You're not supposed to dress like that. You're
Well,
not
I don't
supposed
know
to
how
enjoy
you're
these
dressing like
things or
that when
talk
you're
about
young. All that stuff costs a lot of money. Those boots, the makeup, the stockings, the dresses, the belts, the leather exterior, all of that costs money. I don't know who's paying for that. Damn sure ain't your mom
But I mean,
or your dad. So,
look,
like,
trolls is gonna troll. Like people saying that they look too old to do things. It's just trolls on the internet, and I have one simple credence, as we all know:
yes,
do not feed the trolls.
Don't feed the trolls.
don't feed the
Like,
trolls.
unfortunately, with trolls in your family, you just gotta take that. I'm sorry. You know, and I think I had a cousin walk in the other day, and she was like, "Hey, oh, I see you're still watching the cartoons." I was like, "You can leave now. Like, I have nothing to say to you. I don't have to deal with you. I can close this door. It's not a problem."
Now, I'm gonna tell you how I feel. Auntie should have swallowed it. I'm tired. I can't say that though.
I mean, you can say whatever you want. It's technically a free country to an extent.
Yep, and I'm not your little cousin.
Right?
Thank you. I'm tired of being I'm tired. I'm an older woman. I'm gonna say this. I'm older than all of y'all. Right? So it's like there are people who are my age and older who love this stuff. They love anime. They love comic books. They love manga. They love art in general. At the end of the day, it's still art, right? It's beautiful art that speaks to us in volumes. So why is it that I have to have you give me a side eye because I'm not talking about love and hip hop or Basketball Wives or
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones? First of all, Game of Thrones ain't for you. Game of Thrones was made for me.
Game of Thrones.
Understand that. I read the books. I am invested.
Nah,
I
Game
am
of
a
Thrones
Stark.
is no longer made for anyone.
But you're
at this
allowed
point.
to be invested, but you're never allowed to be too invested. You can say, I saw it with a man. Oh, I casually like this. Oh, I watched this. But if you get too deep, then it starts to get a little bit frowned upon. So, like, I don't know. It's like it's bad to like stuff sometimes.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just ready to fight. So it's just like, I don't really know.
There's no need to
I
fight
woke
it.
up and chose violence, and this is why I wore this hoodie. Shout out to Bree. She got this for my birthday. So yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for violence. I woke up, made my decision. Derbs, I'm not going back.
I mean, again, I will die watching anime, alright? Like, the only reason I will survive on my deathbed, it'll be like, yo, Luffy ain't the Pirate King yet. I can't go. Oda ain't finished drawing. I'm still here. I'm still here, nurse. I will sign no DNRs yet. Alright? I need to know how it ends.
I do. And please have the charger next to my phone, please, so I can easily pull it up when Shonen Jump decides to release it. I'm just saying. But
I'll just come back from the dead. But yeah, honestly, the other side of it, even if I'm cool watching whatever one, it does get a little isolating and lonely sometimes when I know I'm the only one around for miles in the building who would be into this. Like, when I started a new job, I didn't hate my coworkers, but
you
with all of
didn't?
them talking
That's not a job. You hate all
not when I
coworkers.
first started.
Oh, okay.
I just liked them the more I'm around. It seeps in.
Okay.
But, like, I'd go to their offices, check out their little cubicles, what they have pinned to their walls, and it's like all very boring. A few nature shots, yeah, it's pretty, okay. But like, when you're the only one who likes anime and you know it, you can't really share interests. What do you talk about when you're sitting around the office cooler? When you're grabbing coffee, oh, did you see anything this weekend? I can't just bust down and say, hey, yeah, I saw the new Demon Slayer movie. And they geek out too. For the most part, it would go over their heads. You can just say, oh, I went to the movies. I saw something pretty good. Yeah.
Watch the news.
Yeah, and then there. I watched the news.
Sports.
How about them politics?
Sports
Love
are
the
a thing.
sports.
They're not as impressive as an anime for me, but you know they are a thing.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just at a point where I don't really expect. All right, this is how you're supposed to go on with your life, ladies and gentlemen. If you reach a barrier where you feel like you're alone in this and you don't want to be scrutinized, remember, you are one of the few and you one of the chosen. Not everybody else is built like you to enjoy great, beautiful content. It's fine. It's fine. You are chosen. The hands have been blessed upon you to have eyes to see what pure and beautiful art really is. Kudos to you. And if you're listening to this podcast, you have excellent taste. Continue to listen, continue to watch us, continue to play with us while we go on Twitch and our all the extravagant adventures, because of the fact that you're beautiful, required intellectual taste has brought you here. You have already won the battle, my friend. That's all I have to say.
But yeah, so speaking of listening to us and other anime fans and stuff, how did we all find like other anime fans and friends? Like, what kind of techniques did we use to figure out who was who?
Pins are a huge tip. That's just our kind of secret, almost semi-secret way of communicating to each other. Like, if you see someone's pins and you recognize the pins, just give a look, give a nod, say, I like that pin. Ooh, I like those shoes. Meetups are great, but even that, I'm worried, is getting slightly dangerous to recognize other anime fans now, because back in the day, you could recognize a pattern. If Patty walked around with that shirt, it looks like common sweatshirt. There's some pretty wings on a shield, looks like a crest. That's kind of neat, but anime fans would know. But these days, anime is becoming so fashionable that people will just recognize and wear it. They won't watch it, they just think it looks neat. And that's cool, but, like, how do I know you're in deep? How would I know you're not, like, 130 chapters into the manga and ready to talk about the new one coming out this Saturday? It's tough.
That's a fair question. I have no idea how you do that now.
Yeah, we gotta fix our signals. I feel like pins, at least, are still exclusive.
Yeah.
Casual people don't really buy pins, but if someone's got a good pin on them, and they're wearing that around outside of cons, okay, yeah.
Well,
That's
it's funny.
A green light saying, please come up to me and talk to me. I
catch 'em
highly
reading
believe,
manga
maybe
at
that's
work.
just me, but an anime fan, a nerd fan, does not wear merch unless they explicitly want you to come talk to them about that merch.
That's a passport. That's a MetroCard. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Yes. Talk to
I'm
me.
here looking for friends. I'm taking applications for people I can talk their ear off about the latest chapter of whatever I'm reading.
Yes.
It's a code sign.
It is like I said before. You guys don't know this. My birthday was the other week, and I went to Sephora just to see what I could get. And
Patty, just
one
go
of
ahead
the
and
workers,
tell them today. It's fine.
No. So the other girl, so there was a lovely, beautiful woman that helped me. And I just so happened to have one of my smallest pins. It wasn't even a big pin. It was like a little Demon Slayer pin, right? So while she's talking to me and we're talking about contouring, complexion, foundation, skincare, she pulls me to the side and says, do you watch the anime? And that's exact shoot.
The anime.
Just like that. Do you watch the anime? And I was like, girl, I got a whole anime podcast. So I pulled out my phone, like, I don't know if you guys see it. The back of my phone, I have the Black Ramen logo on there, right? So I was like, I have a whole podcast. She said, I follow you guys. I lost it. Yeah, she follows us. So
I met a fan.
I just started, we both started tearing up. But just realizing that she had to whisper to make sure that I was me and her were the same.
I'm going to judge her on
She
her
said, "Do you
tentacle porn.
watch
Got it.
the anime?" Yes. But that's for another show. I want another show like that too.
Oh my God, we should
But,
have a topic on tentacle porn.
We do. That's for that. Patreon,
Maybe
ladies and gentlemen, if you want to
actually-
hear more content like this, tune into our Patreon. We will guarantee you we have steamy topics ready for you. But you got to be ready to dish out the coins. Segue, just had to put that in there. Yeah, but the fact that she had to just go like, do you watch the anime? Right? It's just like, because not everybody's gonna, you don't want to be scrutinized. You don't want to be judged. You don't want people to look at you funny like, oh, that's what you watch. So, shout out to her. I don't want to say her name on here because maybe she doesn't want people to know her name or whatever. But shout out to her. She was amazing. She actually made my day. But the best way to actually find other like-minded, smart anime watchers who have superb taste, because just by liking anime, you have superb taste. The meetups were great. Shout out to Enzo. Enzo had a Brooklyn anime meetup that we all got to experience and had fun with. If it wasn't for Enzo, we probably wouldn't even known each other. We probably wouldn't even have this podcast. So going to meetups, it's a great thing. Go online, find them. Well, not now because Corona is a thing now.
Corona.
So
but when they start again, cons and after parties.
Probably like September.
Yes.
I feel September. By September, everyone will cave and just get the vaccine.
Yeah. We got ours early because we like to go out in bookstores and
Unless
buy
my
manga.
mother is listening, in which case I did not get it.
Yes,
I would never.
yes, Derby did not get it because we were all had the blood of Jesus on
That's
us,
right.
so we
That's
don't
right.
need it.
That's right.
We don't need it.
So listening, Mom, understand that I did not get the vaccine. We're good. I'm lying to everyone else. Not to you.
It's a front. It's a front. But when I was younger, I didn't have friends that were into it except for my brother. Me and my brother were both low-key nerds. He was more into DC and comic books. When I got into anime, we both got into Dragon Ball. So he just ran with it. I was like, no, I need more. This right here seems a little generic. I want some more. I don't want English, right? So then I started getting into Fist of the North Star and getting into like Gantz, Claymore, all that other stuff, all those other titles. And yeah, that was a big search because even in school, the ones who had access to the animes were the Asian kids. And Asian kids weren't really talking to me because I wasn't really talking to them except for the one kid in my class who was giving me VHS tapes, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, VHS tapes that he would give to me every day in class. I just had to give back the one I had yesterday. Let's just say I had an A+ in that class. A+. Because I wasn't missing a day. I needed more anime. So now with anime being mainstream, being a big part of pop culture, I think this is a perfect opportunity for people to talk with each other, to interact with each other, aside from the toxic fandom, and really not feel alone and be scrutinized about liking what they like, unless you're over the age of 25. Then it's a different ballgame.
Wait, what?
Because then you get scrutinized again.
Yeah,
well,
pretty much.
But my family.
Like, that's something we gotta get into. So we talked about people in the outside going in and saying, are you still watching that? Or just not being aware. But I feel like internally, it's also kind of awkward being an older fan. I don't know, personally, I don't want to be crotchety, I don't want to be gatekeeping, but I really am kind of exhausted with some of these younger fans. The whole Gen Z wave, that's super political and likes complaining about everything. Like, am I just being gatekeepy and old?
A little bit.
No, they
yeah.
came-
A
no.
little bit.
Gatekeeping when I'm getting
A
frustrated.
little bit
Nah, they
gatekeeping.
came out of pocket. Nah, they came out of pocket when they came from Mappa.
Yo, but that's
Yeah,
not
Gen Z
all
is
Gen Z
coming out of
fans.
pocket.
That's trolls on the internet.
Oh, not all fans? Is
That's
that what you're
trolls
saying?
on the internet. I keep telling you not to listen to
True.
these. Yo, there's
just
not a
trolls.
bunch of people who openly said it with their face. They said it behind the Shadow Keyboard Warriors accounts that are user 30543. They don't have a name, they don't have a picture, they don't have a single post, and they just come at Mappa and go, "Oh my God, this looks terrible. Mappa fucked up," and everyone who's watching it like, "Nah, this looks good. What the fuck are you talking about?"
I mean, if they had
You
to
don't
do
feel
a
like there's
whole-
some kind of fundamental, almost cultural difference between younger generations of fans and kind of our older generations?
If you don't know
I
who
feel like-
Baruto Dad is,
I don't want to say
your
they're not doing it
problem.
for the clout, but they are more open with it and putting some stuff out that don't need to be put out. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
like
just
Promised
gonna say this.
Neverland
I'm a
season
fan
2.
fiction person. I love fan fiction. That is my kind of nerdiness. And recently, all over my TikTok, I keep seeing ABO, Alpha, Beta, Omega nonsense.
Still don't know what that means.
And I'm here. Good. You don't need to know. Those of you listening to the podcast who know, you feel me. If you have TikTok, you might have also seen it popping up. And I'm sitting here thinking, what the hell, guys? No. Keep that in the shade. Keep that in the darkness. That should not be coming out to the light of day. that is just for us. We know it. We understand it. We don't need to be showing everyone our goodies like that.
That's why Kiss Anime is gone.
Like new age of fans like being too open and forward and front of everything with some of their nerdiness. And not just like, oh, I'm open, don't mind sharing it, but I want everyone to see. Like, Patty, you hit the nail on the head. Kiss Anime. People like sharing it too much. They like bragging a little bit. They like being so open and front-facing with it. It's like, I don't need to do that. I didn't mind, like, keeping my anime to me if I found other people liked it. I loved hanging out with them, but I don't need to show everyone all of my nerdy goodies.
Nah, that's for after dark. Like if y'all still around and I'm still talking to you after, like, maybe 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, then we get to the titles. Like, if I'm on the phone with y'all.
No, why would you look that up?
He just look it up. He looked it up.
Stop it.
Inquisitive by nature.
It's too late. It's too late. The eyebrows went up. He saw it. He saw it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think now with people being so super excited that anime is a thing, I get why there's certain topics that they're bringing up that you would think would be like later, or not later, but kept to yourself.
But I think
because at this.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I think it's just people want acceptance. Like, we wanted not so much wanted acceptance, but like wanted to not be scrutinized and be able to talk about what you like publicly. That's
right.
all that's happening. So like ABL, which is not something I'm into, but if you're into it, I'm guessing you want other people who are into it to find you so that y'all could talk about it publicly.
Not really, no.
Hey, right, not everyone's you. Some people want to talk about their kinks publicly and out loud, very proudly.
I mean, that's I guess it's some form of gatekeeping, right? To a certain extent, and I feel like I'm be honest with you, I'm old, man. I earned the right to gatekeep just a little bit because this is something that I hold dear and dear to me. I don't think that's how that works. Listen, that's how it works in my mind. So I feel like there's certain things that I still want to have a certain way because I've struggled, and this is my life now. This has been my life. This is my life before it was popular. This was my life before it was accepted. This is my life before big businesses were making big money over this. This was something that I kept secret. You know, this is something that still helped and shaped me and be the woman that I am because I'm able to have a great sense of taste, I think. So it can get a little, you know, if somebody mispronunciates a name or a title, it's fine. It's cute, but it's fine. But when you start talking mess and saying certain things that, you know, pisses me off, I'm going to let you have it a little bit. So, nah, a lot. I'm from Brooklyn. But how do you feel about it being mainstream, guys? That's a big question. Now that anime is mainstream, how do you feel about it? And do you feel like it's here to stay, or do you feel like it's a fad?
I think it might be here to stay. Based on what I've seen on Demon Slayer's movie numbers, I think it came second to Mortal Kombat, which should be a blockbuster hit after a pandemic. But also, I'm super excited for it because the quality of the content we're getting these days is fucking intense. Like, for the past like studios, 2-3 seasons, it's been at least one show every season where it's like, how do you even make something look that good? Like, what?
What were you guys doing? Derby made it perfectly clear. He said there was a war.
Yeah. There is an underground competition of artists. Artistes. Going at it, all right? And let me tell you, this season, I know we're going to talk about this more next episode, but fuck it. This season, which studio fucking threw down with Vivi? If you have not done your eyes the pleasure of looking at Vivi, please go ahead and do that. Matter of fact, you can even pause this show, but come back after. So, you know, remember who gave it to you. But pause this show, go look at Vivi, and come back and write in the comments of saying, yeah, that shit looked good. That's it.
Alright.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I do think the mainstreaming does mean more money is going into the anime industry, which means they're paying people better, getting more creatives out there. That's great, but the other idea of mainstream is I don't know how I feel about so many people suddenly liking this stuff. Because on one hand, a lot of times they're coming in like they discovered it. Like just now, like look at all this thing called anime. It's really cool. It's this like new thing. Oh, one thing that filled me with rage was like the Gen Z discovered anime.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I know I'm old and I'm complaining about that.
You sound like a dude who's been shaded by women, and then women show up into the anime community, and they're like, "Yo, these women out here acting like they liked anime this whole time. They ain't know about the struggle. They wasn't with us, getting shoved into lockers."
They didn't know about the struggle. They didn't know about that.
So does Gen Z.
I'm going to bring up a 3-part episode. 3 parts on YouTube. I'm going to have that tattooed into my skin. 3-part YouTube. But then again, I can't complain because I wasn't buying VHS off of bootleggers.
Right?
I was.
Even I'm technically a new age Toonami generation.
Right, I've always watched anime on the internet.
Right? I had internet to always watch anime. But just some things about mainstreaming I don't like. Like, it might be a little catty of me, but I'm not thrilled with casuals coming in. People have seen 1 or 2 anime. Because then I make a new friend. I'm really excited. You've seen this anime. I think you're into it. And then it turns out you only saw that one and no other, and now we're sitting at lunch and I have no idea how to continue this conversation.
Oh, that's perfect. Tune them into Black Ramen Podcast because we'll definitely give you a list.
Oh, I 100% do that to a coworker. It's like, I only watched like 1 or 2. Oh, would you mind checking this one out? No, Derby, it's cool. Tomorrow I'm going to ask you about another one. I'm dedicated.
I just don't know.
Write this down.
It's like, I think they're ooh, seems like this person's kind of into this. Hey, so how about, oh, no, you're not. Oh, my bad. Let me put that all back away, tie that up, and get gone.
You don't feel a level of superiority? Like, the fact that they only seen 1 and you're like, just the 1? Do you know what else is out there? My child, have a seat. Open up your book. Take this pencil out. Let's turn to the first page. Number 1. Vivi. Number 2, Jabba's reincarnation.
That blank look
Number
go
3,
across their face. They turn blank and they say, "Oh yeah, I'll watch it sometime."
No, they always get synced in.
Won't.
They always get synced in. My phone goes off. They get synced in.
I haven't been able to convert someone yet. I haven't been able to pull them to our side.
Well, look at the attitude you got. You think I want to be going to church? Like, you think I want to go to church?
You don't want to waste time with anyone who doesn't want to be on our side. You're like, oh, you don't want the good word?
Yeah,
well,
actually,
then fuck you then.
If I find out you've only seen 1 or 2, and that was ages ago, if you give me one of those when I was a kid, I watched this, then like, okay, disengage. Retreat, call back the armies, lock up the doors.
See?
You need to welcome them back into the arms.
It's just, I can't relate. That means instead of watching anime, you've been doing some other stuff. And you have to understand, how old am I? I'm not going to say it out loud. But over a decade and a half, maybe pushing 2 decades, all I really know is anime.
No,
I got some other stuff in the background. Yeah, I got hobbies, but I'm a nerd first and foremost. And if you're not, then that just, gets rid of 19 out of 20 conversation topics I have.
No, that's fair.
You give up too easily. Nobody starts off the conversation by running away after they say, hey, do you know about our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ? And then you say no, and then they just be like, okay, cool. No! If you are going to sit there and try to convert somebody, you do it with a lot of compassion and not to be too pushy, but just say, hey, do you want to embark on this journey? Something told me in the spirits of the realm of Isekai, told me that you need me to introduce this title to you.
We need to change our name to the anime evangelist.
Do you want to come? Thank you. As a matter of fact, what are you doing on Saturday? Do you want to go to a manga store? I'll put you onto a bunch of titles that you might like. You might
what you into? You into dragons? I got some stuff. Magic?
There
done.
You go.
Cars?
But sitting there.
Definitely got some stuff.
Yeah, Bree being as judgmental as the normies are with us after they find out we like anime. So now we got to talk about scrutiny within the community because this bitch want to talk about, if you don't got no titles, I'm going to pack up my stuff and walk away. Well, that's why you don't convert nobody. And that's why there's nobody in your church.
I don't know what I can say. I'm one of the people who was happy when Corona hit because I don't have to talk to nobody.
True, people suck.
I don't have to see people. I don't have to make small talk in the office. I don't have to awkwardly discussing. One of my greatest joys and one of the greatest inventions of all time was the self-checkout lane in the grocery store, so I don't have to spend 30 seconds telling the cashier how my day was so I can buy my Snickers.
No, it's true. Like, if you have a small amount of items, the self-checkout is the greatest thing ever. It's like, yeah.
It is.
I have my receipt. I'm good.
Wait.
And
It
I
is.
don't need to talk to
Especially
people.
when they're
So
about
it's
to
not
ask you that
I disdain
question.
you for not having enough. It's that I will not be able to hold that great of a conversation if we're just casually hanging out.
I don't
Man, that
think
makes me sound
so.
real pathetic.
There you
I have
go.
other hobbies, kind of. Okay, that's a lie. I have semi-hobbies outside of this.
But understand
I'm just saying.
your
this
knowledge
is where I've grown
for
up.
great taste and perfect titles, right, has
Thank
to
you.
be shared. So I'm just saying, if the person is willing to see what other titles that are close to what she's brought to your table, I feel like as an anime elitist, it is your job to say, hey, you need to check this out. Now, there's a lot of responsibility because after she or he decides to check this out, most likely your phone will go off. She won't.
I would love that. That
She
would be
can't
thrilling.
wait to just see you at work because at some point there is going to be a question about the chapter or how awesome this character is in the character development, why this character had to die so early. So there is a level of responsibility, right? So you brought this title to this person, you have scarred them for life because granted you're probably going to give them some dark, Black Butler type shit, which is probably
You just
going to
called Black Butler dark, which is a little shallow.
I mean, to a certain degree, if you're eating souls, yeah, it's kind of dark. So I'm just saying,
A little bit.
understand that's a lot of responsibility. It's like you gave somebody a package and you're telling them what to do with it, but then they're like, oh my God, this package is so delicate. Should I continue? You have a responsibility to this person because you brought them in the world that they did not know how to embrace or continue in. That's your responsibility. You don't turn your back on this person. You don't.
Not true.
And
And
I feel
it's
like that's
really
what you've
hard
been
to convert
doing.
an adult into an anime fan.
No, it's not.
There's
You got
just so many-
kids. Fuck them
There's
kids.
so many
Listen.
hard stuff that they won't get. That it's hard to convert. Like, if I wanted to start someone off with an anime, and they're an adult, I can't drop them in to Kill a Kill.
No, you cannot.
No, you can't. You can't. But they will eventually grow to, after they get all that other stuff out their system and they see there's stories that is relatable,
But you could try
or at
something
least
like,
a fantasy.
you could try something like Psychopaths
Yeah,
and
that's
Ghost in the
possible.
Shell. A lot of the sci-fi ones are really good. Transition ones.
It depends on the person, I think. It depends on the person. Like, it depends on
Yeah,
what the
like, you
person
can
likes
convert a
and their
comic
taste.
person to enjoy anime, but if someone's just straight up live action only, heck, or whatchamacallit, reality TV only, they might be hard to bring in.
Domestic Girlfriend.
Peach Girl.
See? We got the shows.
It's
Scum's
just
Wish.
you.
Okay,
Scum's
fine,
Wish,
it's
yes.
just me then. It's just me. You know
It's just
what?
you. It's just you.
Okay, cut it here. We need to make money. We are all adults here. Black Ramen is in need of cash. So y'all can go to our Patreons now. Pause the video right quick. Pause the recording. And, just send us a little something, something. If not, then you'll just have to wait for a second because we're going on commercial break. Okay, and thank you for listening to that commercial. Welcome back. We are discussing getting gray hairs as we watch anime.
Oh, God.
Getting.
And also the sadness of realizing you are too old to be a magical girl. I had hope. I
feel like somebody's
There's
going to make
it
that
didn't
show
turn
now. Just an old man who turns into a magical girl. I mean, they already have men who turn into magical girls. Hell, there's a show
We
this
have
season.
bronies, My Little
There's a
Ponies.
show this season
Right?
about magical boys.
Oh. Okay. Tuxedo Mask. Okay.
Oh yeah, he kind of was an OG magical boy.
Yeah, he was.
Casual. But yeah, in the second half of our episode, what are some things you guys noticed changing over the long time you've been in anime? Because, for example, the representation's getting a bit better. And that it's starting to exist. But that's more not just Japan filling out representation, but I think the entire world becoming more and more global.
True.
So now it's more casual to see just black people in Japan than it was in, say, 1960.
Yeah, and I feel like they are starting to have a lot of shows that do cross the Japan-Asia border just Asia in general. Just like, yeah, we'll just have a show that's set in America. Why not? And we'll end up having to include some black people. And guess what? A lot of them aren't bad. Like, they're not all like, you know, Mr. Popo. A lot are just Dutch from Black Lagoon, and that's good.
Brawler from Akudama Drive.
Right. A black guy whose name I've forgotten in Jormungand.
I mean, Yasuke in general. So I want to say that's coming out Thursday. What is that? The 29th?
29th for
Yes.
Yeah.
On Netflix. And yeah, that's our man coming out with another black anime.
LaShawn Thomas.
We'll see what
Shout
he
out to
does.
LaShawn Thomas. So yeah, better representation, and it's not perfect, but it's getting there. So
Right.
I'm
Something
just
we
okay.
have seen change within our anime careers, and it'll definitely continue to improve.
Just saying.
The other big one is dubs. I'm getting more and more just high quality dubs.
Is it because of what was it, non-binary bitches and hoes?
Okay, so yeah, Skate the Infinity just blew up. Because people are now joking that the sub and the dub are almost two different shows. So in the dub, there was the amazing line where, like, the biggest dick that everyone hated and agreed should burn in hell had one line: "Welcome, all my bitches, hoes, and bitches, bros, and non-binary hoes." And so everyone's like, okay, hold on. He went from like 100% I'm gonna murder his ass on sight to like 99. He has one redeeming quality.
It was a
He
good
will
line.
slander you, but he will respect your pronouns as he does.
I
He's a
respect it.
pedophile, but he's not transphobic.
I respect it.
I don't know if
like
he's
it.
a pedophile though.
But yeah, it's just objectively a good dub.
That was a good line.
It was a good
But
line.
dubs are getting better. Like Commander Erwin's speech in Attack on Titan in English is really, really good. Like, so yeah, we're slowly turning the page on dub. I'm not switching yet. Because the voice actors in Japan are still kind of crushing it.
Oh yeah.
So
For
I
no
don't know.
reason.
In like
I wouldn't
2-3
switch,
years,
but
though?
I'll do the both life.
yeah, in like 2-3 years.
Like, I will watch a series subbed and then rewatch it dubbed to experience it. I've done that with a few shows.
Yeah, same. But I don't know. Japan just be hitting them. Like, have you seen the voice acting in Attack on Titan? When they're on, there's like a show where they give them the lines and they put the scene on the television screen, and they get on there, and then they start. And I'm like, hold up, you were just laughing a few minutes ago about this commercial that just popped up on the show, and then you're sitting there like full.
It was time that.
They're
Voice
goated.
actors are different beasts.
They're goated.
Just praise them, bow to them, applaud them.
I think the American ones will catch up. It's just probably not this year.
They will, but until then, we have, you know who I love,
No.
J. Michael Tatum. Thank you. You have been an amazing voice actor. God bless you for Orange High School Host Club. God bless you for Black Butler, my favorite Butler Sebastian. I never look at the butter knife the same. You are an amazing voice actor. Please, you need a school. You need all your flowers. You need to teach these American voice acting dubs what passion really is. I appreciate you. Take your flowers, my dear sir. Just have to say that.
But yeah,
There's so many
we're
things.
getting.
Also, art and animation has launched and become so beautiful.
But I mean,
Like, it's gotten better and better.
to that's just expected. I'm sorry. Like, don't get me wrong, you're doing
that's
great,
fair.
and I love it. It's just it is expected that the art's gonna get better. It's like if you gave me a PS, the latest iteration of Sony's PlayStation, and the art was worse, like the graphics were worse, I'd be like, that's a problem. You can't just be backsliding here.
We are
like-
backsliding a little bit with this intro of more and more CGI in anime. I'm seeing it become more casual to just slip in a little CGI here and there.
I mean-
even an odd taxi, whenever the taxi is just driving, it's just a sudden few steps.
I wait for that taxi I wait for a passenger to get in that car.
Look.
The way that car moves down the street,
Anime has
that CGI is perfect.
anime has always taken shortcuts where they can, And I get it. It's budgetary constraints. I don't
But
really
it's beautiful
mind.
shortcuts,
Huh?
Derbs. It's nice. I like it,
No,
Derbs. It's a beautiful
that's
shortcut.
fine if it's a beautiful. Yeah, some of them do it better than others. Some of them it's kind of jarring. Like Bakuten this season, it's a little jarring, but it's not bad. Like
Right.
there's obviously we're just not gonna throw any real money at this. We're just gonna do it completely on a computer from I don't know, some high schooler who just graduated. Here you go. His X arm, do something. What is this? No,
Yeah, that was
my
elementary
eyes.
school
I
student.
can't.
That was elementary school student. That's
But
what it
honestly,
was.
my big fear is that they might end up getting more and more CGI to a point where it just starts to lose its artistness.
As
For
long
example,
as they're berserk.
I love older Disney movies more than I like the, I guess, Frozen onward generation. Because every movie, Princess and the Frog and back, was 2D animation, drawn stuff. And every single movie looked totally different. Like, you could tell Hercules from Mulan in a single glance. Just by
Right.
how they do the line work and the art style. But now, Moana kind of looks the same as Frozen. Which kind of looks the same as Rapunzel. It's like the same girl with different hair and
Yeah,
eyes.
they're taking more of a story approach so that they don't have to pay as much for the art. It's easier to swap people out.
I feel like that's a shame.
It's a shame.
And like, if
Money
anime
talks.
does that, it
Money
might
talks.
save money.
I'm
But
not-
I don't know how good it
I'm
would
not
be.
too worried about it because there will always be people who will go, yeah, we could make something even nicer if we just don't do that. And
And they're called
Facts.
Mappa.
there's Mappa, there's many studios. The artists are at war, Patty. I keep telling you.
They are. I'm ready for the final countdown.
It's gonna be good. I can't wait.
I'm ready for that final war. But yes, we do. The fact that anime is mainstream really are forcing studios to come out with their best content. But the thing is, I need them to take a moment to reflect and understand that you cannot focus on all just pretty animation. Please, if you're out there listening, understand we are more concerned about the story than the animation as well. You know what I mean? I need you to not shortchange us just giving us pretty fight scenes, God of High School, just saying. I just need you to understand there's a balance to great storytelling and to great animation.
Yeah, Pretty Boy High School. Gorgeous, but the first episode was really, 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 really weak. To the point where I didn't even want to give it another. Maybe it gets better if you give it a few. But I found it not worth my time, because as beautiful as it was, the story was just kind of lacking.
See, I don't want that. And now we're at a position that Gen Zers are ready to talk and slander and say what it has to be said. You should want more from your anime. If I've learned anything from the internet, from this generation of new consumers, they are not afraid to let you know when something's doo
I
doo.
think they're not afraid for the simple fact is they have so many options now. Like 30
have
shows a
options.
season drop. So it's like, yeah, guess what? You drop a bad show, people gonna drop that shit. Like
Yeah, they're gonna drop it, but understand this: the new people that are coming into this, some of them don't even know about the new titles that I just found out. There are titles repeatedly coming out every season. Last year, there were like 80 titles that came out during Corona, and we only talked about maybe like 1/4, not even 1/4 of that. So some of these new consumers, they don't know about that. They will drop it, yes, but they will take the time out and get them Twitter fingers going. And that's what I say. Like, if you're into anime, talk your talk. You should want more from your anime, especially if the story has gotten you to the point to watch episode 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then you drop it at 6 because the studio decided, let's not put Goldie Pond. No, we are going to, I'm going to write and do a whole show.
Don't worry about that.
No,
Nothing. Just
nothing.
in general, say there was an arc like
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Just saying. I mean, sounds
We're
like a
not
great
still
name,
bitter
Goldie
about it or
Pond.
nothing.
Yeah. No, not at all. Not at all. But I just feel like you should be able to want more from your anime. Do not compromise. Do not compromise. You are the consumer. Anime, it is what it is. We are driven to anime specifically because of the fact that life is hard. and we don't have time to travel. So guess what? I'm picking up an isekai. I want to get involved in the world where I can see everything beautiful, but yet sympathize for my character and his character or her character development. I just want to get away. Yes, I'm on a train and there's a bum on the other side who's taking up all the seats and he smells like hell, but the doors are closed and I can't move on to the next train, the next cart. What I do? Okay, I'm pull out my phone, read this manga. After a couple of stops, I forget. My nose might not forget, but you know, you get used to it.
Why were
So
there
it's a
couple of
getaway.
stops and you didn't switch cars?
Sometimes it's that good. I'm reading a manga.
Nah.
Do you know I missed my stop reading what was I reading? Attack on Titan. I read Attack on Titan on the train and I missed my stop going to work. Thank God I was early. So I'm just saying.
Damn.
It's man, it was good.
No, I know.
So I'm just saying you should want more from your anime because you are the consumer. They need our money. I'm gonna give it to you. But do what you say you were supposed to do. You are made to make this story come out and pop up and be beautiful the way that I fell in love with it when I read it. Just saying.
Having money is probably one of the best things about being an adult fan.
Ain't it though?
I can say, like, I'm paying for the subscription. This is what I want. I can buy what I want when I want it. I just bought a Hero Academy Deku bikini that I'll be wearing this summer.
Nice.
With
That's
my own
pretty.
money, I put my own card down for that, and I will be taking it.
Yeah.
My pins, I bought it. All my merch, I bought it. I depend on it. Yup. That's how when I buy merch or anything or put in money for a subscription, all of my BL comics I switched to paying for that. I paid taxes with my tax return with my stimmy check. Do you know what I just bought? Got to see me wear it.
Nice.
I don't
All
know.
the
Yes, money
ladies
is
buying
definitely the best
merch.
part of
Throw
being an
your
adult
hands up
nerd.
at me.
I one day look forward to being a homeowner, so I will dedicate a room.
Just a
Yeah,
room?
I'm definitely planning
Just a room?
to deck out the whole crib.
No, that's the poster room. I've also got to have a pin room, and I got to
Okay,
have a
fair.
merch room.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, that's when I become a millionaire.
Yes.
But
Yes.
I'm still kind of broke right now, but one day, and no one can tell me
Oh.
nothing. I just bought a car, so I'm going to be looking for some anime license plates to put on it.
We'll put like the
Hey.
decals on the windows. Nice.
Because I am an adult.
Do as a goddamn please.
Exactly. I love it because now I get to indulge by these pins. Yeah, I felt when shout out to the Patches and Pins Expo when Derby and I went there, we were just like, "Pfft, I'm home. I'm home. The amount of money we spent in the Patches and Pins Expo,
did not pay
like I
attention
said
to my
before, a
accounts.
lot of people, a lot of people I'm claiming on my taxes. Like I'm just saying.
Now,
I'm
you were
just saying.
dependent now. That's how much money I gave you.
Oh my goodness, the pins were amazing. I love the fact that now I'm an adult. I get to do adult things with my money, and this is buying anime merch, anime pins, anime manga. More importantly, I'm buying a lot of art stuff too, which anime has definitely inspired me to get back into. I'm just lazy, but yeah, don't judge me. I work hard for my shit.
And not just the money. Nerd parties are better when you're of age. They're just objectively better. One thing I've got to
I didn't know you was going
try
there.
is do Inuyasha anime
She went
drinking
there.
game. Take a shot every time they say Inuyasha Kagome.
Kakome.
Right?
It sounds like a
Just
great
get
way to
smashed
die.
after 2 episodes. Switch to water and hydration.
Okay. Because, yeah, I was like, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, take it easy. But if you never played a drinking game to your favorite anime or a throwback, you're missing out on life. And please only do
are.
that when you're above age 21 or above in your respective country.
Yes.
But you
And
just
things
play
just
with
And
go
the
better.
anime
You're not
parties.
going nowhere. After a con, you just go
The
places.
anime parties. Shout out to Control Freak, the best anime DJ ever. I feel like he plays all the anime OPs that we've been bopping to for like the whole year. Like anime dance music. Shout out to y'all, Control Freak, aka Darius. Thank you for turning up the party. And ladies and gentlemen, you haven't partied if you've never been to an anime party. I kid you not. You have never danced so hard to an OP that you once heard on Cartoon Network and realized this is a banger. I've never seen twerking on Cowboy Bebop so hard for the opening. I'm like, I didn't even know you could twerk to that song. We make it poppin', yo.
But understand, if you're like me, you're welcome as well. And we can stand by the wall and just drink and just enjoy the vibes.
Derby's not by no walls. Derby is not by no walls. Derby may have a drink.
At an anime party, it is perfectly acceptable to go to the corner, open up your phone, and pull up the most recent chapters.
Oh, yeah.
That is an acceptable use of your time.
Why not?
That's not being antisocial. That is going along with the atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
Again, if you're a nerd and you're all alone, that's a bit rough. But if you're a nerd, you're an adult, and you're around other nerds, ooh.
Who are also adults?
Things about to pop off.
Oh, God. I'm going to say this. If you pull out the next chapter of One Piece at a party, I'm snatching your phone, bro.
To read it yourself?
If I haven't read... Yes, because if I haven't read it and you're reading it... I'm snatching your phone.
Latest
Most
chapter
likely,
came,
I'm
I
trying
hand
to
that
read it
shit
before
over.
the party.
Put it up on the screen.
Yo, Derby always does that. Like, whenever the latest chapter comes out, and Derby has this voice where he's like, ooh. Like, ooh. The latest chapter, he does that. He doesn't notice that. He's like, ooh.
Never made that sound in my life.
Yes, you did.
Lying on my name.
Really? I can't say. You know what? When you do it, I'm going to tell you. Derby's like, ooh, latest chapter out. I don't know what y'all doing, but I'm definitely getting into this. And he will literally just read it right there.
You know, guys, you can date an anime nerd or a manga nerd based on when they started reading One Piece. What arc was it at when you first got into anime? Or when you first touched it? I know, when I first started One Piece, I'm pretty sure it was barely at Alabasta. So I was a little late, but it was in there.
Wow.
And it was still on 4Kids.
I restarted on Alabasta.
I restarted Alabasta too. Well, unlike Bree, I had patience, so I just transformed my husband to a nerd. So
Woo!
Yeah, but that's not the same.
yeah, he's
a
full blown nerd.
That's just constant bombardment.
Yeah, exposure.
Say, yeah, that's pretty much how I converted my cousin too. Is that he was already in the room when I started watching Kenshin. So yeah.
I mean, hey, you know what? Blessings are meant to be shared.
I mean, true.
So it is what it is. But if you are lucky to be in a relationship with somebody who's already an anime fan, God bless you. That is when I tell you, that is chef's kiss. The fact that y'all can go to a manga store and she goes to her BL section and he goes to his mecha section or his shonen section and meet in the middle at the register.
Could all just go to the same sections.
I mean, that's not what they do on Watakoi. Is that it? Watakoi?
You can do both, is all I'm saying.
You gotta be an adult to get a Wotakoi romance.
It's true. Yeah, I don't know that dance. I'm not even gonna attempt it.
Oh, I'm just making up stuff with my hands.
Okay.
Yeah, me too. I don't know that shit. I don't know that shit. Definitely when they play that in the club, I'm just doing this. So, yeah. So, take this what you will. Final words. I do want you guys to understand that you are not alone. If you are of beautiful, delectable, aged wine of an age. I'm just going to say that.
I'm a man, so I don't face that problem of being able to tell my age. I am 29. Join me in being 29 watching anime still.
You know what? I am 29 too. So.
We can all be 29.
We're all 29. We're all 29. Let's all.
The longer you watch, the more stuff you have to refer people into.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so continue to love what you do. Don't worry about what people might think. Love what you love. Hey, you could be robbing a bank right now doing crack. So, and you're not. But I'm saying this right here. This is a badge of honor. This is my life now.
Being able to wear your merch outside is a badge of honor. It's very true. Like, just being able to wear your nerddom on your sleeve.
And again, it's cool now. Actually, we survived as nerds long enough for it to be cool.
You're welcome.
sorry, you're 20. We're all 29, so you didn't really do anything for her, Patty.
Oh yeah.
Not for her, but for all the the people who are starting.
Ah, you mean to the young bucks, the whippersnappers?
Yeah. Yes. Subscribe to your Crunchyroll account, pay your Hulu account, play your Amazon Prime account, pay your Netflix account, stay on top. But most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, follow Black Ramen Podcast. We will tell you exactly what titles to catch up on. As a matter of fact, if you haven't checked out our last episode where we talked about our seasons, spring, right? The spring season animes that you
but
right, and then we'll come back
episode, which will more than likely be our midway point. Which shows that you
right.
definitely need to watch.
See what we dropped?
Princess of Blood and Snow, which is my greatest disappointment
we were talking
of the season.
all of the shits. We're talking all of the shits.
And Odd
That's
Taxi.
facts.
Y'all, if you haven't tried Odd Taxi.
Yeah.
And that was nobody's list.
Yeah, it was
nobody put
It's so
Odd
weird.
Taxi.
I don't even know how to recommend it or how to say what's good about it. It just works.
I think somebody...
You like Animal Crossing?
That's how Justin described it, right? Animal Crossing, but like after dark.
After dark.
Thank you, dog boy Justin, who gave us that.
Yeah, Justin. Shout out to Justin. And just tune in to us. We'll let you know what's popping, what's not, and what you should be spending your time on. And with that being said, thank you for tuning into Black Ramen. Thank you for visiting our Patreon, because I know you guys are, right? Yeah. You want to. We got some amazing content on our Patreon too, exclusively for the heavy spenders.
Yeah, we just had a whole in-depth Attack on Titan.
Yes.
Talk in depth.
Yeah. In depth, our final chapters. Yeah. So, yeah, you might want to tune into that.
Manga
And
spoilers,
for all of those who's stuck out with us thus far, thank you so much. And another thing, segue, please tune in to watching the Demon Slayer movie, Magic. That's all I'm gonna say. Magic.
Bet.
That's it. And I'm not even a big Demon Slayer fan like that, but this movie took me out. So you're
not gonna say it's overhyped anymore?
No, I'm not gonna say that ever again. I eat those words.
Bree, keep track of the fact that we recorded that.
Yeah, recorded.
No, it's fine.
This many minutes, this many seconds. It's in the transcript.
Got it.
No, I'm wearing a sweater with Demon Slayer on to say I was wrong. This is not overhyped. Nah. This was beautiful.
I'm this close to buying that sweater for
Right, I was wrong. It was fire.
Yeah, it was fire.
I love it.
It was fire. And it being the smallest arc, making it a movie, I'm like, I don't really need to see it. I needed to see it. My eyes needed to be blessed.
Yo, but did they have my moment, though, that I was describing to you, Patty?
Wait, no spoilers. Guys, stop. Okay, we're cutting this here before we start talking too much.
All right, yeah.
All right, we're out.
Peace.
Bye.